What's up friends, Adriana here and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do a lot of lifestyle content and weekly vlogs of my life here in New York City. So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe and stick around. Today we are talking about my personal finances. I love watching the what I spend in a week videos and then Graham Stephan's reaction videos to those what I spend in a week videos. I just think it's so fascinating seeing where people spend their money and how they save their money and budget and all that fun finance stuff. So I thought it would be fun for this week to do that myself, except I'm gonna do a full month instead of just 1 week. I think it'll be easier for me at least to like break everything down as to why I am spending more than I'm making. So let's get into it. A little bit of background, I just moved to New York almost 3 months ago now and I work in fitness. I am an Orange Theory fitness coach, and the way that the pay works normally is that you get paid on a pay ladder. So basically the more people that come to your class, the more money you make. Right now, unfortunately, because of COVID and the extremely reduced class sizes, that is not the case. We just have a set rate. So I am making about half as much as I normally would for what I'm doing. That being said, I knew that when I was moving here. So I was fully prepared that the first at least handful of months, I would have to be a little tighter with my spending and I would probably be in the negative. So let's get into my expenses. Right off the bat, my rent, I live alone in a studio apartment in Midtown Manhattan and I pay $1,500. Yes, it's a lot. For what it is though, honestly, I feel like I'm getting a steal. This apartment previously rented for $2,500 and pretty much all of the utilities are included except for electric, which I actually just got my first electric bill and it was like $22 or something like that. So really not bad. With moving here during COVID, I just knew I didn't want to live with random roommates, not knowing people's comfortability level with COVID and interacting with other people. So I was like, you know what, for my own mental health and just the ease of not having to deal with that in my home space, I just wanted to live alone. So $1,500, that's the rent. Next, let's talk about expenses. For the purpose of this video, I did just my last credit card statement. So February 28th to March 27th, that month span is what we're looking at for expenses. And I'd say this month was probably, it was a pretty average spending month. I have it all written down here because I use Mint, the app, to like track my spending, but it was a little bit off, and so I just like went through it all and wrote it down myself. So let's begin. The first category is fast food, takeout, and coffee, which most of the time I do make my coffee at home, but I have gone to Starbucks like a handful of times or met up with friends to go and get a coffee. So for that, I've spent $83.37. Not the best, not the worst. In the past week, I definitely did a little more eating out than I normally have been, but it's not awful. Then transportation. So this is anytime I took the subway. I've city biked a handful of times and had to pay for that, but now I am doing the 15-day free trial. So we love free, we love that. And then anytime I had to take like a Lyft. Yeah, because I always Lyft because Lyft is way cheaper than Uber. Pro tip, if you're looking at Ubering, check Lyft first because it is 9 times out of 10 going to be less expensive. But so for transportation, that was $70.45. I really don't take the subway that often, usually once a week, maybe twice a week. So whenever I do add money, I just do the $11 option at a time. Next up, I have this category as activities. I didn't really know what else to call it, but I went to the MoMA the other week and that was $14 because I bought my ticket online and I got the student price because honestly, aren't we all students? We're just learning life lessons constantly, so I have my college ID with me still. They didn't check it, they didn't care. So if you want to go to a museum and they have a student option and you still kind of look like a student, get that student ticket. So that was $14. And then next up we have shopping, which this is actually just a $75 purchase from Facebook Marketplace, where I got a bar cart a couple weeks ago, and then like 20 something dollars at Target, but it was all stuff for my apartment. So that was a total of $99.30. So honestly, not too bad. Also, the bar cart has been a game changer, so $75 well spent. The next category is CVS and convenience stores. The total there is $71.64. Now this is where I slightly screwed myself because I kept forgetting that I had a $50 CVS gift card that I got from Christmas. That could have been $21.64 instead of $71.64, but now I have that gift card for future CVS purchases. Moving on to the miscellaneous category, which was only $14.49, and that was a $9.99 charge, like one-time charge for Spectrum, which is my internet, which is also covered in my rent. We love that. That is a $9.99 charge that I'll never have to pay again. And then I pay $4.50 every month for TubeBuddy to help with my YouTube channel. So not too bad. For $14.49, normally that miscellaneous category would only be $4.50. Then we have laundry. I have a laundry in my building, and I just put $15 on my laundry card, and that usually gets me through the month, if not a little more then. It's $175 per washer and per dryer load, so not too bad. And then we have the biggest category where I spend the most money, and that is groceries. I do try really hard to make majority of my food at home, except for last week when I ate out maybe 3 or 4 times. But I spent $204.85 at grocery stores. That averages out to about $50 a week, which really is not bad at all. In total, my spending for the month on my credit card was $573.10. Really not bad at all for an entire month. The only place that I could have spent a little bit less was probably like the coffee and eating out. But yeah, I mean, as you can see from that, I really have not spent any money on material items except for like furniture or things that I need for my apartment. I have not purchased, I don't think I've purchased a single clothing item since I've been here. So in almost 3 months, I have not gone like just fun shopping, which has taken so much willpower, but I am really proud of myself for not just like spending money on stuff. I have always been someone who I am happy to spend money on an experience. Like I went to the MoMA, I enriched myself, I saw art. Like I'm happy to spend money on experiences or like going out to get a drink with my friends and like enjoy an afternoon than just spending money on material items. So that's been good. So for 1 month, my total expenses, being my rent and my credit card statement, I spent $2,073.10, which I would say is pretty average as to what I expected to be spending a month here in New York, like with rent and everything, like about $2,000 a month. I feel like that's what I expected completely. Now let's get to what I'm making, which is, I'll tell you now, it's not that much. So with Orange Theory, my income is not even set now because I'm scheduled to coach 8 classes a week, but I also will sub classes whenever people need coverage. So I'd say from paycheck to paycheck, the amount that I make will vary about like $100 to $300. So in the past month, my total income from Orange Theory was $1,182.84. So not too much. But as I said before, I knew it was gonna be this way, at least until things start opening up in New York, which is why when I was at home before moving here for the past 10 months, living with my parents, I was saving. I really wasn't spending a lot of money. I was fully preparing myself to have to be a little more frugal my first 4 to 6 months here. The good thing is that is not my only income. I am also a dog walker, and I lucked out and found the most perfect setup in my apartment. There's a woman who has a little dog. If you watch my vlogs, you've probably seen her. I walk her every day of the week pretty much. And I just started doing that about 3 weeks ago, and I've already made $370. And the best part about that is that she just pays me through Venmo, so we love that. I have also started making some money from YouTube, but I didn't even put it into this because it's so insignificant and very inconsistent. I just started making money from it back in the beginning of January, and I just got my first check from it last month. Maybe in the future video when I do one of these again, I'll have that as part of my income. But for now, it's just Orange Theory and dog walking are like the most substantial ones. The number you've all been waiting for, the amount of money that I am overspending. If we take my expenses of $2,073.10 minus what I am making, which is $1,552.84, I am in the negative by $520.26. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm gonna try to rationalize this. I mean, honestly, you never want to be spending more than you're making, but I was living at home before I moved here for 10 months in this pandemic, not really spending anything, working the past few months before I moved, saving most of that money. The stimulus check that we just got has definitely helped out, that $1,400, and the previous stimulus checks, most of that I just invested right away. I have a Roth IRA that I invest in, and I don't go into any debt. I'm very fortunate that I don't have any debt from college, and from a very young age, my parents scared me into never getting into credit card debt because they were in a lot of credit card debt when they were my age. So from the first day I got a credit card, I have always vowed that I will not spend money that I don't have in my bank account. That's been a saving grace throughout the years, is that I've never had credit card debt and I don't plan on it. So thankfully I've been able to save money to be able to supplement my lack of income right now, and hopefully within the next like 3 to 4 months this will not be the case. I mean, honestly, hopefully before 3 to 4 months, I would love to be out of this negative. So if you want to help me out and so that I can make more money from YouTube, make sure to give this video a like, leave it a comment, just interact with it, share it, do whatever you want with it. I'm fully prepared for this to be the situation, but I would love to not be in the negative very soon. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Tag Graham Stephan down below. I would love to see his reaction to this because I'm sure anything like this would give him a heart attack. Tag him in the comments, leave me a comment, give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay safe and sane, friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.